Hi everyone, it's Kai. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we are going to be completing this shell challenge by Honey May Sims, who is an absolutely one of the most talented people I know in the Sims community. I really love her content and you guys should definitely check her out. I think this shell challenge is a celebratory event by her. I'm not too sure, but I decided to participate in it because the shell was interesting and it's been a while since I've done a shell challenge, but today we are going to be completing the shell and it is in the modern style. I decided to go for a modern style because I thought that the structure of the shell fit perfectly for the modern style and it's very boxy as well, so I decided to use modern style for the theme. And it is a house for a single sim who is an athlete. I decided to place this build or shell on, I don't know what the address is, but it's on the top left hand side of the screen. But the world that we placed it on is, I think, Oasis Springs, which is the world that came with the base game. And I think if this is a celebratory shell challenge, I would like to just say congratulations, May. You deserve it so much. You are a very talented person and your builds and content are amazing. But yeah, it was easy for me to complete this shell because it is very like rectangular and squarish, so there wasn't a lot of like challenge in terms of doing the floor plan and such. But I think the only challenge in this build for this shell challenge is actually the landscaping of it, because the theme that I chose is like kind of like modern. So usually when I do modern builds, I don't really know how to landscape them, because if I were to add like bushes and stuff like that, it would look too like cozy. And I kind of wanted to go for the look that it is very, I would say like very like, I don't know, like industrial maybe. It doesn't have that much of like cozy personality for the house. So I just decided to decorate it to make it look like it's kind of like, I don't know how you would describe it, but I would describe it as like belonging to a very like success minded or success oriented type of sim. So yeah, you can imagine that the sim as a person is maybe into like very modern architecture or stuff like that, so there isn't much coziness in this house. And the structure came together pretty well. I decided to just simply decorate it, and I also used a platform tool, the platform tool, to make it a roof for the base. And this is my, I think, first or second time doing this. I don't really do this because I do a lot of like more suburban looking builds, but for this one I decided to complete it by making it a modern build, and I really hope that you guys will like this build. If you like this build and you want to download it on the gallery, you can definitely do so. I think it will be probably up on Monday, which is today, which is the 30th, I think 30th of May. And yeah, you can definitely go on there and search for my gallery ID, which is simmerkhai. I don't know if I can upload the tray files for this. I would have to ask May if that's possible, because you know this is not my shell structure to begin with, so I cannot really like use other people's content and upload it as my own. And also tray files for my channel are on my Patreon page, which you can download in the description box down below. But of course, I think you would have to like pay for it. But other than that, I think it was a fun challenge and I really had a lot of fun. And it was also fun and also like very like relief for me, because this is kind of like the modern build that I don't really do. So this is like a break from like suburban homes and stuff like that. And I pictured that the sim that lives here is very athletic and he really likes, or she really likes to run. So I ended up doing like a small home gym on this ground floor, and also added in a basketball court, which you will see after this towards the end of the video. And I decided to use the windows for the kitchen that are from the eco lifestyle pack, I think, that are like protruding outwards. I didn't end up, however, placing clutter on the like shelving unit. I think I forgot to do this, but either way, I think I like the look of it. But if you guys like watch this video, let me know what you guys think of this house, and also what your favorite part of the house is, because mine is definitely this kitchen. I really like how this kitchen turned out, even though it didn't really end up being too cluttered. I wanted to keep things simple as well, so I just decided to make it a pretty functional kitchen with minimal clutter. So I just cluttered it with a bit of like microwave stuff, and also that coffee maker from the base game, I believe, or City Living. And I also added in a cute plant from the Dine Out pack, which is a pretty nice plant, I think, for a plant that is attachable to a wall compared to the other attachable plants. I think that is my favorite plant for plants that can be attached to the wall. And then over here is just going to be the living room. The floor plan is pretty much complete. I didn't really have a lot of struggle figuring out the floor plan, and I'm really happy about that. And you know, it's very rare of me to say that, because I usually struggle with like modern house floor plans. If I were to build like suburban homes, it would be quite easy for me compared to if I were to build modern builds. But over here, like I said, is the living room. It ends up being pretty simple. At first, for the color scheme of the whole build, I decided to like go for a grayscale theme, and I really wanted to name this build like a grayscale home, but I didn't end up doing so. I thought that it would look too boring, so I added in a bit of color, like this green couch from the DHD pack, and just, you know, balance things out a bit so that it doesn't look too dull or boring, and it doesn't look very depressing because black is related to like depression. But yeah, either way, I really like the living room. Although it is not one of my favorite parts of this build, I think it is very, very functional. I play tested this build, I think, and everything works perfectly fine. So yeah, it is a pretty functional build. And then over here is going to be the dining room, which ends up being like a grayscale with like yellow color. I really like the color combination because I thought that the colors suited each other very well, like with beige and like dark gray and also like yellow. I think they are a pretty good color combination, so I decided to apply it over on this dining room over here. And then I also ended up adding that bookshelf, which I rarely use. I think it is from City Living, I'm not too sure. But I decided to use that shelf since I wanted to make sure that this vibe of this house gives off very like modern vibes. And I noticed that I placed the bathtub in the bathroom just now. I'm not so sure if it's the right orientation, so if it's not, you would have to move the sink and the toilet to maybe the opposing wall. So yeah, I think that's the only thing about the things that might not be accessible, because the only number of bathrooms in this house is only one. So others are just normal common spaces, and this area over here is going to be the study slash gym room. I decided to include like a computer desk over here since I thought that it would be useful for the sim to do their research or like chat online or stuff like that. And the study is also shared with the gym. So the gym is basically just a little treadmill. But over on the second floor over here is just going to be the bedroom. And I thought that it kind of looked like a loft style house because there are no doors whatsoever to access the second floor. So I just decided to make it like an open bedroom that is like the stairs leading up to the bedroom. So it is a pretty simple layout. I think it's very doable. And I also included this dresser over here, which I had a struggle to find the right dresser because this dresser in particular is too big. And I think I ended up changing back to the eco lifestyle dresser or side table. And I also didn't include like any extra bookshelves. I just added in that bookshelf that came with the fitness pack, since I imagine that the sim that lives here is very athletic, so I decided to like use a lot of stuff from the fitness stuff pack. And then we are going to be moving on to the back part of the house. Over here is just a balcony which can be accessed through the stairs on the right side of the house from this angle, and it is just a very simple area. There isn't much going on over the second floor, although your sim can definitely like take a sunbathing session on the rooftop. So I just figured out that that will be a very unique idea for this house. And this house also ends up having a basketball court over here, since the sim is athletic. And other parts of the outdoor space is just going to be this table over here. And this house also actually ends up having a chicken coop. I just decided to randomly include the chicken coop, since I thought that it would be a fun idea for your sim to do other stuff other than like athletic stuff. So I just decided to include the chicken coop from the, I think, cottage living, if I'm not mistaken. The other parts of the house are just like landscaping and stuff, and just extra decoration. I actually wanted to include these planter boxes over here, but I didn't end up doing so because I thought that they looked a bit too like out of theme and not and very complex, so like it's too much. But anyways, that's the end of the video. I really hope that you guys will like this build. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Congratulations, May, again for your big achievement, and I hope to talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!